Hey everybody, Brian, John here from the Project Algerine team.
Hey.
Today we're going to go look at the old Erie Alms House and the lost cemetery and the old canal, extension canal lock at the Alms House. Let's check it out.
Let's go.
Erie, Pennsylvania. So much history in one little place. But how did this once seemingly small shipbuilding community transform itself to what we see today? Let's take a look at these historic events tonight on Project Algerine.
We are down at 23rd and Pittsburgh Avenue. We're just about to cross Pittsburgh Avenue heading west here. This is the old road you used to go on to get onto I-79 before they built the bridge over there. So let me turn the camera around here. Okay. We're gonna wait for this light to change before we, okay. Nice. Almost an accident, yeah.
Because I think we're turning.
Okay, so we are on 23rd Street, and at one time, exactly where we're walking right now was a graveyard, a cemetery. Oh wow! This is known as the Alms House Cemetery, and it was used from about 1844 to about, I think it was 1920. December 2nd, 1920, the last person was buried here, and that was he was a 72-year-old man. Now, what happened was that after the Alms House closed down in the 1920s, they moved out to Fairview, and they kind of just left everything here. And the Alms House was here. We're walking up towards it now. It's up over here, and they left it here till I think it was sometime in the 50s that it was torn down.
Yeah.
And we'll get up to that area if we can without getting hit by a car. We're coming on what would have been the western side of the Alms House, or I'm sorry, the eastern side. I get disoriented sometimes too down here. Okay, so what's interesting is the road here actually went right through, like right through the middle of this place. Okay, I'm gonna go stand over here, up here, and I'll try to line up some shots. Now obviously I can't line them up exactly because we would need to go onto other people's property, and yeah.
We're not going to lease it right now.
Right, yeah. But we'll get you as close as we can.
There's an Amazon hub line.
Yeah. Yes, this is Amazon's facility now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I always thought that was such a trip that, you know, if you just kind of imagine this for a second, if you will, John. The Erie Extension Canal went right through there. Okay, and it went like right, let me get my finger in there. It went right through there, okay? And now you think all these years later, it's still facilitating goods and commerce throughout, you know. Yeah. Isn't that just weird how?
I think it runs deep.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay, it's a little windy, but I think we can line up some shots here. So this would have been right in the middle of the Erie Alms House. Okay, they would have had two wings. We would have had this wing over here and this wing over here, and then they had a center that went up. Now, I'm gonna pull back here as much as I can. This is about where I'll try to line up a shot as I can. Now, you can imagine up here in the front, which is now about 26th Street, all right, which was called the Ridge Road back then. There's some photos that were taken looking this way towards us, and so I'll try to put those up there too so you'd see it. There used to be a barn over here, you can tell in the one photo. That would have been right here. And this area back here behind the Alms House, at one time they built a separate facility right here, and that was to house the kind of the more dangerous patients would stay here.
You have to separate them.
Yeah. And at one point too, there was a well on the property that was right about where, let's see if I can line it up. It's really hard to see it. It would have been probably right about there. Yeah. There's a well that you can see. I don't know where that tree is there. We are on 21st and Pittsburgh Avenue, just west of Pittsburgh Avenue, and we're walking up by where one of the old Erie Extension Canal locks was. This was known as the Alms House lock and the Alms House pond. I will try to get you as close as we can without, you know, getting off property. So flip it around here, and I'm gonna walk over here in the corner here. I'll put up an overhead to kind of show about where we're at, you know, so people can kind of get their bearings straight. But now this area has actually changed a lot. It's just over the last couple of years, it's changed considerably. The old Alms House pond is back there where those trees are.
Okay.
It's right about back there. And then the Alms House lock is right about here. It came right about there. And if you notice, you can actually see the height difference
For sure.
from right there to right here. So you can tell that they were coming down into here. And then the canal actually crossed right over there. Yeah, right through that plant, and then right through the Boyer's rental cities.
Got it. Yeah.
So, yeah, this is that area down here. So back there in the Alms House pond in 1891, they stocked it with fish, okay? And then all of a sudden the fish went missing and they couldn't figure out where they went. Well, what had happened was apparently that they had pulled the Alms House lock canal apart, all the blocks from it, and they put them down there in that pond. And the fish were actually just hiding underneath the blocks the whole time.
Oh, okay.
So they really weren't,
They were missing.
yeah, they really weren't missing. They were just hiding the whole time. So, but that took place back there. I'll even put up the news article on the screen so people can see that. And that's where that took place, yeah. But yeah, you can definitely make out the elevation change here. But yeah, you can definitely make out how high it is there to this lower part here. But all right, that took place here. So we're gonna head over here. So I'm asked a lot about, you know, are there still people buried up here?
Yeah.
And yeah, there are. There are 247 people still buried throughout here. throughout there, all throughout there, and all over there. You know, back then, I kind of questioned their scientific method of discovering where graves were. They used a divining rod. Yeah. So I'm not really sure how
It works if you're in the desert.
how accurate that would be for finding
And more for
human
water.
remains.
Yeah, more for water, not in the desert.
It's possible there could be more, and they miscounted. You know, I'm gonna guess that was probably an estimate, but that was all right here. So this was, I can try to put up a couple picture to try to like zoom in on where we are, or try to let people know like
Or the
exactly.
location tracker.
Yeah, I could do the location tracker, yeah. But that all this stuff happened right down here. You know, it would have walked down there to get to the pond, and the lock, the canal lock would have been right down there. So people, you know, traveling or whatever, only had to walk this path down to get on there, and coming to and from the Alms House facility. But that was all right in here. And it's always really fascinating how you can see how the topography changes. It's really, you know, you always think this area is pretty flat, but it's actually not.
Rolling hills.
So, okay, we got lawnmowers going and stuff. Well, that's about all time we have for today. Thanks for joining us. Tune in again.
Time so long ago, secrets whispered soft and low. Project Algerine was born. Through the night unto the morn, maps were drawn in candlelight. Fearing darkness, craving sight, journeys through the heart of time, unraveling the hidden rhyme. Project Algerino, hear the call. Through the shadows we will fall, seeking truths we left behind, lost in the corridors of mind. Legends spoke of ancient lore, whispers spread from shore to shore. Men and women, brave and true, chasing dreams that no one knew. All the secrets that we keep in the silence where we sleep. Project Algerine's great quest to uncover and confess. Puzzles locked in dusty tomes, far from our familiar homes. Every step a tale untold, every fragment pure as gold.